Tips: how to find the cheapest flights. Many of the budget airlines aren't on large comparison sites for flights such as Kayak, Expedia, or Orbitz. Skyscanner offers the broadest range of airlines and some nice tools for finding the best deals if you are flexible, either with your location or dates. Another good website is kiwi.com. And check out Google Flights. Although I'm a big fan of Skyscanner and think it's the best search engine for cheap. Therefore, try a combination of search engines for flights to ensure you're not missing any results. Kiwi has saved me a lot of money on several flights, but also made me spend a lot of time at airports waiting for my cheap connecting flight. And, when you can, ask locals for their tips on how to get cheap flights as well. Especially on less popularly booked routes and/or in remote regions, there might be other ways to get cheaper flights. Offline offers through local travel agencies for. There might be small local airlines that are not listed in online search engines for flights such as Skyscanner but can be found somewhere else. If you don't have any contacts in the country yet, try a platform such as Couchsurfing.com or relevant Facebook groups to ask locals or people with more knowledge of your destination for advice. When you find small airlines, even if they are listed in a booking tool, it often pays to check the airline's website. The website may have exclusive online offers not found even in the cheapest search engine for flight. It pays to double check. Be flexible with your travel dates. Prices for plane tickets vary depending on the day of the week, time of year and upcoming holidays such as Christmas and New Year's Eve. It is often cheaper to fly in the middle of the week than on a weekend because most people travel on weekends and airlines raise their prices then. Prices are also often cheaper if you fly right after a major holiday. Early morning or late night flights are cheaper most of the time because fewer people want to travel then. Before you commit to your departure, make sure you check other dates to find the cheapest day. Even the difference of one day can mean a huge saving. While many theories exist around booking specifically on a Tuesday to save money, the reality is there is no consistent truth to exactly which days are cheapest to fly. Your best strategy is to get a quick visual of prices for a whole month to see what days are cheapest for your specific route. Skyscanner has the option to select an entire month so that you can see prices for different days. Or, if you are really flexible, you can even just click on cheapest month to get their best deal. Be flexible with your destinations, airports. Often there will be more than one airport close to your destination. Don't only check flights to the nearest airport. If you want to find the cheapest flights and don't mind traveling a bit longer, you can often find a better deal by flying to a nearby airport and taking a bus or train, or even renting a car, from there to your destination. Most major cities have a smaller, secondary airport. This is the airport most budget airlines fly into because it helps keep their costs down since smaller airports charge smaller landing fees. Check out which airlines fly into these smaller airports to save some money. For example, you can take JetBlue to Long Beach, an airport close to Los Angeles, instead of flying into LAX. Or in Europe, the low-cost airline Ryanair flies into Eindhoven, the Netherlands, instead of Amsterdam Airport. Be sure to check how far the airports are from where you want to go though. Because sometimes transportation from the airport to the city can actually make a budget airline more expensive. However, in general, these budget airlines are a good deal. Kayak Explore is a fun tool to check out prices for different destinations, airports. Enter your departure city and select a month or season to fly. Approximate costs then appear for hundreds of destinations around the globe from your departure point, allowing you to see the most cost-effective place you can fly to. Check out the budget airlines. Budget airlines offer significantly cheaper tickets than their full service. They are not always included in major search engines for flights, so it pays to check flights on their websites. Do check their terms and conditions. For example, they often have very strict luggage restrictions and will charge high fees if your luggage doesn't fit within their restriction. These are the better low-cost airlines worldwide. United States, JetBlue Airways, also offers good connections to the Caribbean. Try alternative routes. Not only does it help to be flexible with dates and destinations, but try being flexible with the route you take as well. For example, sometimes it's cheaper to fly to London and take a budget airline to Amsterdam than to fly direct to Amsterdam. There are so many budget carriers around the world that taking advantage of a good deal to another city and then hopping on a budget flight to your destination is. Fly 2 different airlines or airports. Sometimes it's worth it to mix and match. Most airlines now sell one-way flights at reasonable prices, meaning one airline might be cheaper for the outbound flight while the other airline works better for the return. Book connecting flights yourself. If you're flying somewhere that involves a transfer, say, from Canada to Australia, which typically involves Canada to Los Angeles, then Los Angeles to Australia, consider that it may be cheaper to book these two legs separately on your own. Just make sure you leave enough time to make your connecting flight in case the first flight arrives late. And this way you could even turn your stop into an additional destination by flying out a few days later instead of the same day. That's a great way to discover a new city you otherwise might have never visited. Book early, but not too early. Real last-minute deals on flights barely seem to exist anymore. Eliminate the cookie problem. Based on the cookies in your web browser, flight prices do increase when a particular route is repeatedly searched. Always search for flights in incognito or private browsing mode to see the lowest prices. This will open a new browser window where your information is not tracked, thus not inflating prices as you search. Your cookies are reset each time you reopen an incognito window. Join a mailing list. I know, all those newsletters can get annoying, but by signing up for mailing lists from airlines and travel search engines, many times the cheap flights are only available for 24 or 48 hours, so without these newsletters you will miss out on many of the super cheap deals that occur.